Once again, Ben TV Africa's representative Femi Oyewole, who has been keeping tabs on happenings in EKITI, brings to you our esteemed viewers, especially EKITI indigenous in diaspora.
The eagle has landed in EKITI, the land of honor, Ileye.
EKITI State was carved out of Old Ondo State, one of the Yoruba states in the southwest of Nigeria, on 1st of October 1996, alongside several other states by the head of state at the time, late General Sani Abacha, as part of celebrations to mark Nigeria's 36th year independence. EKITI has 16 local government areas. EKITI, like the rest of Nigeria, went fully into democracy in May 1999, when the head of state, General Abdulsalami Abubakar, handed over government to civil rule. By the end of April 2007 elections, Dr. Segun Oni was sworn in as governor of EKITI State. Aggravated parties headed to the tribunals that were set up. It happened that Dr. KAYODE FAYEMI of the Action Congress of Nigeria was one of those who contested the May 2007 elections at the election tribunal. The tribunal ruled with all the evidences before them that there were certainly irregularities and malpractices in the results brought forward by the electoral body, INEC, and ordered fresh elections in the state. The rerun elections were full of even more controversies and disparities that led to violence, which provoked late President Umaru Yar'Adua to order investigations into reports of violence, intimidation of voters, and bribery of electoral officials, and other breaches of the law during the rerun governorship election in EKITI State, and prosecute all those against whom cases could be established irrespective of their political affiliation or status. News of the electoral malpractices and proceedings of the EKITI election tribunals of 2007 were splashed all over electronic and print media. In a stroke of fate, justice prevailed. The much anticipated happened. Events orchestrated themselves until Dr. FAYEMI was declared winner of the EKITI rerun elections.
Well, I heard also, and what I want to say is that today there are three verdicts. One is a verdict of posterity. We have been here, we delivered, and our name will be written in here.
I was sworn in as the EKITI State Governor on the 16th of October 2010. It was like yesterday, 12 months ago, when the mandate was won and the mantle of leadership handed over in justice, upheld by unfailing truth. That Saturday, October 16th, 2010, saw the same people who went wild in celebration turn out colorfully at the Redeemed Christian Church of God along Iworoko Road, Ado Ekiti, venue of the inauguration ceremony. As a matter of fact, the ceremony could be succinctly described as the single largest assemblage of people ever witnessed in the state in recent times. Family, friends, comrades, colleagues, and well-wishers both within and outside the state were not left out as they trooped to the venue of the ceremony in their thousands. Today, the ever-peaceful state of Ekiti stands 250 meters above sea level and has many rocks and mountains, yet blessed with several tourist destinations such as Ikogosi Warm Springs, the only spring in the world that has both hot and cold water flowing, Arinta Waterfalls, Erinayimba Sacred Fish River, and Ero Water Dam, as well as many natural and water resources. There are several picturesque caves, highlands and parks such as Faji Memorial Park, Esa Caves, Agbono Hills, to mention a few. Ekiti has a population of about 2.4 million people, not inclusive of Ekiti sons and daughters across the nation and in the diaspora. Ekiti people have been majorly farmers, although with a few into the fishing, sculpture, textile and trade businesses. Today, there are several accomplished scholars from Ekiti. Ekiti, in all of the 16 local government areas, has felt the impact of the governor's mandate to bring exemplary governance to Africa through his 8-point agenda, which are as follows: governance, infrastructural development, modernizing agriculture, education and human capital development, healthcare services, industrial development, tourism, gender equality, and empowerment. He also added that by healing the state and moving on fast from the past, he and his team, made up of several honorable and scholastic men and women, can build Ekiti State.
To say it at different fora, over and over, that Ekiti has no business with poverty. Looking at the great endowments and potential at our disposal. When we mobilize our political machinery for a place in the political firmament, we were clear in our mission to put poverty to flight in this land.
I welcome you to the land of plenty. The indigenous believe strongly in what we are able to do for ourselves and the dignity of labor. We are highly endowed with a wide range of natural and human resources.
Many were elected, while several others were appointed, all of them fulfilling their part. In an audience with the State Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Alhaji Jinodu Ayodele, he stressed that the state government was working hard to establish tourism exploration. He also seized the opportunity to praise the efforts of the governor's 8-point agenda.
Tourism is one of the pivot of the EKITI agenda of this administration. The governor has tremendous interest in transforming the potential heritage potential.
There was a presentation of the Rise Student Queens Foundation Awards.
We shall make it safe. With 75,000 naira. With the brand new HP laptop. She wins a brand new printer. She also wins an ebook containing 15 books. She also wins the winning attitude. A 3-1 group at your
This was followed by a stage play that told the story of Ekiti State elections and eventual handover of power to Dr. FAYEMI, performed by students of the College of Education, Ado Ekiti. There was also a dance drama depicting gender equality and empowerment. There was an interactive session with the general public, office and stakeholders, with the Executive Governor of the state, Dr. FAYEMI, and Honorable Segun Aganga, Minister of Trade and Investment, present. People raised questions and comments on several issues.
What belongs to them. For example, in the United States, we don't have mineral resources. They are trying to, I know that the government has done a lot in that direction. I'm sort of asking what we are trying to do as a federal government regarding assets that belong to different areas in Nigeria, so that we can have access to things that will improve our different communities and states. Thank you.
In particular, in the area of empowerment, women are suffering most of children. We are the largest total, and in anywhere in Nigeria, 1 man is over 7 women. And so women in Nigeria today come to a political appointment with a lot of more than 2%.
The question about, or the comment about investments that we need, direct investments into agriculture, into IT, and into education. I cannot agree more because, of course, education is so important. There's no way if the government could satisfy the needs of the country in terms of education. IT, we have realized how important. That is why for the first we now have a ministry responsible for IT here, which is headed by OLAYINKA. And she's doing a terrific job. We did a presentation to us yesterday. It's kind of our plans for the country. And I think it's able to implement all those ideas.
After which the team visited the Ochia Enterprise Development Center by Odua Investment Company in collaboration with the EKITI state government. This development center consists of industrial parks, skill acquisition center, builders mart, and artisan village, with a goal to have 5,000 youths self-employed upon full operation. The governor seized the opportunity to call for investors.
We are indeed proud to be identified with this laudable project, which falls in line with our agenda for the rapid development of EKITI State. It is a thing of joy that life is being brought back to the premises of the old Odua Textile Limited, which was the first industrial outfit in the whole of EKITI land, and hitherto the main source of employment for many EKITI citizens. It is important to inform all that the Odua Enterprise Development Center, as this complex is now known, comprises a builder's mart, a skills acquisition center, an artisan's village, and an industrial park with great potential for economic rejuvenation.
In another development, the governor, with the head of service, Mr. Bumi Famusoya, handed over buses to Market Women Association.
Your Excellency, I want to congratulate you on the first anniversary. I pray that you do many more. As a caring and responsible government, various requests emanated from several organizations and associations in the state seeking government assistance. I want to put it on record that Mr. Governor has always been responsive to the yearnings of the people and several organizations in the state, despite the limited resources available to government. As part of government's commitment to the continued assistance to its citizenry, Mr. Governor has approved the donation of these vehicles to 5 organizations today.
There was also an official commissioning of the Board of Internal Revenue e-Receipt Center. The inspection team, led by the governor, inspected the entire complex and machines and had a demonstration and explanation of how the new system will work.
Signing down this information as well. And where the now, where you You are no doubt aware of this government's 8-point agenda, in which governance really occupies a pivotal position, and particularly transparency and accountability have been the watchword of this administration. It is a fact that when we came into government, the situation we met on ground was that there was an overdependence on federal allocation and grants as the source of revenue to meet government expenditure. The ratio of IGR was 3% of the total revenue, with an average of 100 million naira monthly. In this era of global crisis, unstable oil prices, innovation and daily discovery of other sources of energy, which is constantly a threat to the future of oil prices, no serious government will rely on revenue from federal government to meet up the challenges of the huge wage bills and capital expenditure to develop our state. This scenario and our determination to quickly correct the past mistakes of over-reliance on federal allocation and neglect of IGR has left us with no choice than to take steps that will cause quick improvement in our IGR situation. We believe that the e-receipt, with its features of electronic printing, payment tracking, and revenue monitoring, will go further to help turn things around. This is the most exciting day of my life. During my electioneering campaign way back in 2006, I mentioned in every community and every constituency that I visited that if the people who kindly elect me as their governor, I will make a computer available on each student's desk before the year 2014. To many people at that time, it looked like a tall dream, going by the resources at the disposal of our state. But I was convinced then, as I am now, that with God all things are possible. Today, that dream has become a reality. With the signing of this memorandum of understanding with the electronics giant, Samsung Electronics, the whole world, as the Honorable Commissioner for Education mentioned, has become a global village, in which EKITI State is a well-recognized company. We cannot afford to remain at the lower rung of the ladder, technologically speaking. Today's event is therefore the beginning of greater things to happen to the education sector in our state. In this scheme, 18,000 teachers in EKITI State will be given one Samsung laptop RE510 computer each. While 100,000 of our students will get the NC 2155 solar netbook laptop between now and 3,000 units each per year. I'm sure you will not be surprised that we're giving the students solar netbooks. This is the first solar netbook computer made in the entire world. It's obvious to all that it is not all our communities that are electrified as yet. Even those that have rural electrification as well as connected to the national grid, we know how reliable the power holding company of Nigeria is at this moment.
Which we also believe will help beyond the Africa dynamic and the Nigerian dynamic to support the agenda of the students, the teachers, and also the people within making them very prepared to enable proper governance. Going on behind the scenes, I mean, this is my third visit to the state. The first time I came was initial talks with Mr. Governor. That's why I said Mr. Governor is the EKITI people should be very proud to have a man like Dr. KAYODE, who has a lot of foresight. He has seen the future and is creating it now. And if this is my third visit after signing the MOU, that tells you in terms of speed and understanding what he has. And I really believe that in all ramifications, they should rally around him and support his administration because he has the best intent and the best direction for the state.
The inspection team proceeded to the official flag-off of the EKITI Public Service Database Scheme, where the full computerization of workforce information will be stored from employment, promotion, payroll, verification, and central database with a self-updating integrated human resource application software, alongside a biometric data capture center that would aid in the data preservation of the workforce of the state.
We are honored and privileged to welcome all of you to this occasion of the flag-off of the personnel, payroll, computerization of the public servants in the state and the government. As you all know, information and communication technology has in recent times become a globally acceptable mechanism at obtaining accurate data and error-free records and documentation. It has been the agenda of this government from day one to improve and ensure good governance, transparency, and accountability in our system.
Ètò ìlera ọ̀fẹ́ o fọ́mọdé tàgbà o ààbò ẹ̀mí àti dúkìá ńkọ́ ó sanwó fẹ̀yìntì fáwọn arúgbó wa owó ilé ìwé kò ṣẹ́ni lẹ́yìn mọ́ o ó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀.
I can attest to that. 2 weeks ago, we were together in Abuja. Head in the night, we was moving from one meeting to another, contacting people. And for the officers of the state, I guess you have a governor who is 10 steps ahead of all the officers of the state.
I have brought this goodwill message from a group known as EKITI. EKITI is a collection voluntarily made up of those from EKITI who have made a success in their lives, in their chosen careers. And it brings together people in the religious, bishops and imams, people in traditional rulership, 4, 5 of traditional rulers, people in academia, people in the professions, people in business. And it's amazing what happens when you get such a group together without counting the costs or returns. They want the best for it. I bring you greetings from them, and they're waiting anxiously for the reports and the details of the final community of this particular meeting. Something tells me we will get it right.
The governor and his entire administration consider themselves blessed to have ruled the people of Ekiti State this past 1 year. To this end, there was an account of stewardship given by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Planning and Millennium Development Goals, Mrs. Dikko Salami, who also announced several other outlined activities in another interactive session with gentlemen of the press. The Deputy Governor, Her Excellency Mrs. Femi Oyewole, in another press briefing, announced other activities such as a development summit where stakeholders and investors will converge and be invited to invest in Ekiti State.
Dear colleagues in the journalism profession, and I'm sure most of you, or the majority of you, will understand why I call you my colleagues. I am delighted to have you honor our invitation to this press party aimed primarily at thanking you for the unquenchable support that you have extended to us in the last 1 year, while also using this opportunity to intimate you with the immense pride of providing the first year in office of our administration. Ahead of anything, let me reiterate that this event is a follow-up to the pledge of the Dr. FAYEMI administration to run a government that is above all transparent and accountable to the people of the state. It is for this same reason that we have continued to see you as indispensable stakeholders in the task of building a state that is above all pragmatic. We will all recall that we took over the reins of leadership on October 16, year 2010, having been declared the true winner of the governorship election of 2007 and the rerun elections of 2009. The target was set for ourselves during the campaign and even at the inauguration, before the mammoth crowd that ushered us to office. We designed our program bearing in mind that with the support and cooperation of good people of the Ekiti behind us. The summit, you might want to ask, what was this summit be all about? The summit is aimed at brainstorming with the stakeholders in the economic sector on how best we will tap the resources at our disposal for the ultimate development and attraction of investors to the state.
With an interdenominational Thanksgiving service and a Jumat service also as part of celebrations to mark the first anniversary of Dr. FAYEMI as Ekiti State Governor, to thank God for 1 good year and many more good years to come.
fẹ̀yìntì fáwọn. Ó ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ní.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Sami Allahu liman hamidah. Rabbana Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Ọmọ Fáyẹ̀mí. Ó ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì. Mo dáwọ́ ìṣẹ́dúró lẹ́rẹ́dọ̀ ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì. Ó ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ọmọ Fáyẹ̀mí. Iṣẹ́ lọ lóríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà. Ó ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì. Ó ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ọmọ Fáyẹ̀mí ṣe bẹ́bẹ́. Ó ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì. Ètò ìlera ọ̀fẹ́ o fọmọdé tàgbà o. Ààbò ẹ̀mí àti dúkìá ńkọ́ ó sanwó fẹ̀yìntì.